All right, and we're back. Couple of improvements tonight. One, I actually managed to improve the quality of the microphone here. One of the things that you might notice is there's a little less, well, actually, there's a lot less noise. I actually have a gain on here, which I didn't have turned on before because I actually haven't used my Line 6 in a really long time, but it seems to work perfectly for this. So now I'm using it. So one of the things that you'll notice is you'll hear a lot less hiss and things like that. Like I said, I'm sort of learning as we're going along. And the other thing that is really nice is I finally managed to figure out what was going on with my second camera, which is my GoPro, because I have a Hero 7. Actually, I have a bunch of Hero 7s because we use them for Go Nitro, and then when I'm not using them for the show or client work, I just set them up in here because they're quick to set up. And one of the problems that I had was that the damn thing kept shutting off. And, well, that's not very professional, which is, again, that's one of the reasons why I'm testing them. But I got to tell you that one of the things that I don't care for is greeblies on the technical side of things. So it turns out that with the GoPro Hero 7s, you actually have to go in and tell it not to time out. So what was happening is that every 15 minutes, the damn thing would just turn off. And I guess I had it set up for an event that I'd done probably close to a year ago or a little over a year ago or around a year ago. And I didn't think to do it because the old Hero 3s, they didn't have as many options. So I went in and I've actually had my my GoPro here going for quite some time, and it hasn't shut off yet. So knock on wood, hopefully it won't actually shut off. So just little things, just getting a better signal going on here, and so there's not as much noise, and then it's canceling it. And I managed to angle my microphone a bit. I'm still getting the splatter, play, S. It was actually not bad where it was. You know what? I'll live with this. That's fine. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. And there were a couple of things that I wanted to just briefly mention before I started tonight. I'm probably not going to go on a hugely long time, maybe 15, 20 minutes. The first thing that I wanted to do is thank you to all of the last night I thanked everybody for the subscribers, which I really appreciate. And right now I managed to get another 200 subscribers, or 100 and some odd anyway, on the YouTube in the last 24 hours. So thank you. Again, I don't know where everybody's coming from, but I really appreciate it. The other thing that I really appreciate, and those of you that were liking and commenting on these videos are probably not watching this stream. I have in the Skycron channel, there's a section on how to produce stuff for television where I go over a bunch of technical stuff. And I've actually gotten a lot of comments and from people thanking me on the Telecine how to do a pull down, how to do a 3-2 pull down. So for those of you that don't know, if you shoot something in 24 frames a second or 23.976, you have to kind of do stuff to get it to display properly on TV. And in Premiere, it's a little bit of a convoluted process, and in After Effects, it's a little bit of a convoluted process, and I noticed that nobody really gave a clear and concise way on how to do it, and so I figured, well, this is stupid. I'll just do one myself, and apparently it's helped a lot of people. In regard to YouTube, I also apologize to those of you that have left comments on the YouTube channel and 4 or 5 days ago or a week or two ago, because I'm not used to getting a lot of comments, which is great. I better start getting used to it, which I really appreciate. But I didn't actually know that I had it set up to moderate. I didn't used to have it set up to moderate, but I had the odd crazy, so I set it up to moderate, at least in the interim, until I get a feel for, there are, unless you're making a really jerkish comment, I'm going to approve the comment. So, and I will respond to it, because I'm not one of those YouTubers that thinks I'm too good to to respond. So I went ahead and I saw those, and I'm like, oh, geez. Because YouTube keeps changing things. Google keeps changing things. So every time they change something, every couple of months, they have a new tab, and then you have to go and find out where the hell they put it. So it used to be with the comments, they would put it in an area, and then you could moderate. And now it has its own tab, and it's not that easy to find. So I saw the comments, and I didn't see anything awaiting moderation. So I didn't think, and it just basically sat there for 2 weeks. So I went ahead and I approved them all today. Now I know where it is, so that's not going to happen again. So I apologize to those of you that have left comments maybe a week or two ago and were like, hey, who's this asshole? He's not actually showing the comments. Well, fuck him without lube. Well, I fixed that. That's on me. I'm still learning. And as I say, Google does have a tendency to change things, and they don't, I don't know. I guess it's just the way things are. But as I say, things will improve. Now I know this camera will most likely not shut off. Hopefully it won't now that I've said that. The other thing that I wanted to complain a little bit about is I'm not going to be as animated tonight about its complaint, but as you know, I'm a huge Syracuse Orange fan. Go Syracuse, orange collar. In fact, I'm actually wearing my my Syracuse. I don't know if you can see it. I'm wearing my Syracuse hoodie right now. Here's a logo on the chest, and I've got my. Actually, I should have threaded that through my shirt. Oh well, whatever. There's always something, right? So, anyway, the nice thing about this is actually my favorite hoodie. I wear it all the time. But anyway, Syracuse got a new supplier, Die Hard Fan Supply, and they're just terrible. I ordered a T-shirt. I thought Fanatics was bad, but Die Hard Fan Supply, they're just terrible. I ordered a T-shirt, a Syracuse Nike athletic T-shirt that I could use at the gym when I'm doing Krav Maga or pun under my gi when I'm doing jiu-jitsu. And I ordered it like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago now. No response, no tracking information, no nothing. Sent them 2 emails, said, what gives, because it doesn't look good if you've got a supplier. They haven't been with Syracuse that long. As far as I know, they're a startup. And they just set up in, I think, December of last year. And I got to tell you, I'm not impressed. And I put in a Better Business Bureau complaint a couple of days ago. So hopefully that'll get some results. And if not, I might have to call up some of my friends at Syracuse Athletics and say, hey, man, these guys are basically stealing money, or at least taking money and not shipping product. What's weird is I ordered one shirt from them, and that went without a hitch. So the first one I got. But the second one, they never shipped it. And I never got a tracking number or anything. And I've emailed them a bunch of times. They haven't responded. Had somebody on the Skycron account send a tweet to them. They're not responding to that. They don't have a phone number, so they clearly don't want to be contacted. So, all I can say is it doesn't bode well for the fan experience if that's the way you're going to treat your customers. And, it shouldn't make a difference who you are. If you pay your money for a fucking product, you should be able to get the product that you paid for. And, things happen, but ignoring an email for weeks and weeks and weeks, it shouldn't make a difference who you are. But, Go Nitro, we work with a lot of teams. And I got to tell you, if we had a supplier that was putting Go Nitro closeout and they weren't responding to people that were paying good money, I'd want to know about it. So I'm going to give them another couple of days and see if they deal with it. And if not, then I'm going to have to make some noise, which is too bad because the first one was really nice. But, just taking money and no. If I have to, I'll just issue a chargeback with the credit card company for non-receipt. I mean, some people get really worked up about this. Oh, if you're not getting the product you paid for and they think that they're just going to take your money, just issue a chargeback. I find a lot of the time if you deal with a supplier that is not giving you the product you paid for and you issue a chargeback, boy, then then suddenly they find it worth picking up the phone, right? Because once they see that the credit card company has sucked that money back out of their account, oh, well, you weren't worth talking to. You're just one of many. Oh, well, wait, now suddenly the money's been taken out and they don't have their money. Oh, well, it was a misunderstanding. Fuck you, it wasn't a misunderstanding. You were ignoring me and you thought I was just going to sit there like some kind of a sap and let you take my money without giving me the product. Well, you know what? Actually, you know what? I think that warrants 2 middle fingers. Anyway, that was the one thing that I just wanted to complain about. So if any of you out there, a diehard fan supply, are watching this, which I'm sure you're not, but there are people that probably are watching that are somewhat connected, get your ass in gear and give me my goddamn shirt. And by the way, I know that you've done this to other customers because I did some Googling, and you guys don't have a great review. In fact, you have a -D on the Better Business Bureau. So I love Kentucky, but, I got to tell you, this company, you guys, if any of you are watching, get your ass in gear and let's start doing things professionally here because this is not cool. Anyway, that's pretty much it. So, yeah, nice new quality whatever. I know, not the most articulate. And we'll see if this goes off. I'm, like I say, a little higher energy today. We got kind of snowed in. Actually, we got completely snowed in. I couldn't go to, actually, our Krav Maga class was canceled last night because by around 5 p.m., like the blizzard out of Regina was just out of control, absolutely out of control. And, it's a pretty long drive for me. So basically had to turn around and come back. And in the case of, and I was going to do jiu-jitsu today, but the weather was still pretty bad. So I'll do that next week. And then tomorrow the weather's supposed to be a lot better. So at least my second, because I do Krav twice a week. And then, I never like to miss that. But it would have been unsafe for anybody, so it makes sense that the class was canceled. And Richard and Armando are fantastic. In fact, I train at the very same school that we did the episode with. So, and then jiu-jitsu, it's a whole lot of rolling. So, but yeah. So without too much yammering on, thank you so much for those of you that have been watching. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. Obviously, a lot of you are. It does mean a lot to me when you leave stuff in the comments and that, because I know that I'm not necessarily broadcasting to the ether. It's fairly late right now. Right now, it's about hovering around 2 a.m. here. And out east, like in Toronto, New York, it's... we don't actually have a time change here. That's out. So sometimes most of the year there's a 2-hour time difference. It's 2 hours ahead, and then other times it's an hour ahead. So it's a little late here. So I don't know how many people are watching live right now. Probably not too many, if any. I find when I do these late broadcasts, a lot of the views come later. As I start to kind of get things to a point where I feel more comfortable technically with how they're going, then I will start doing stuff during the day as I have time. So these late night beta broadcasts, if you want to call them that, I'm doing them late on purpose, right? Because while I'm finding my feet with them and making sure does the camera work, or does the microphone work, is the stupid camera shutting off, any of that kind of stuff. It's just, I like doing it a little later at night because I don't quite have everything 100% of the way I want to do it yet. But we'll get there. So anyway, let's move on to camera 2, shall we? Let's see if I can manage without bumping into things. It'll also be pretty nice once I actually have, and hopefully I won't make too many mistakes tonight. One of the things that I want to do is I want to kind of get it so that I'm in a fairly small room right now, so I don't actually have a huge amount of room to put the cameras and the lights that I have. Usually when I play, I like to play standing up. So sitting down is not something I feel hugely comfortable with. But until I find a way to bring these cameras up without it getting in the way of other stuff, then I'm kind of stuck with this. What I might do is I might get smaller cameras and I'll put them on a light stand instead of huge tripods that take up the entire room. But for now, it gets the job done. So this is probably this patch here. This is my favorite patch, I think. I do a lot of programming. I know I've been a little lazy lately and just kind of doing the presets, but this one preset I really like, and you might have noticed that I keep using it. I find it very haunting, and I really love that low end. I think that pretty much, I probably need this, huh? I think that pretty much does it for tonight. I will, now we know that I'm going to scooch through here. I might cut off the screen. I don't know, my big fat head. I got to get a teleprompter in here, but you know what? I'm working on it. Yeah, I think that pretty much does it for tonight, I guess for the third time. Now we know that I've managed to figure out why the stupid GoPro has decided to turn off, and the main reason is because I myself was being stupid. So I'm going to keep doing these each day as much as I can. If you haven't already subscribed, please do. If you haven't, well, I've already said that. If you haven't subscribed, please do. And hope you enjoyed. And please do come back. I will keep doing these, and I will keep putting up more interesting content as I become more proficient with live streaming. And I've got this fancy dancy stream deck, and I'm making things better all the time. So that pretty much covers things, I would say. There's, as I say, there's some pretty exciting stuff coming up, which I had alluded to the other day. That will be dropping pretty soon. But until then, shameless plug, please do watch GoNitro.tv, or please watch Go Nitro on TV, on web. It's GoNitro.tv is the official website. You can watch it on ABC, CBS, NBC Now, CW, and Fox stations across the United States in major markets. And all of those are available on the website. Although, to be perfectly honest with you, if you're sitting here listening to Prophet 5 electronic music at 3 in the morning, chances are you probably aren't watching a sports show. But just in the off chance you are, well, there you go. Well, I think that's it for me tonight, folks, and have a good one.